Good afternoon, Bios Baptist Church. This meeting recording is to be used for educational purposes only and is not to be reproduced for any purposes. Any attempt to reproduce any part of this recording, soundtrack, video for any reason or purpose will be punishable by excommission on trial basis from Bios Baptist Church. The objective of today's meeting is to discuss the need for a 2019 church calendar. So let's get started. So the 2019 calendar will be a lot similar to the 2018 calendar, except we want to add a few more holidays to the mix since we are changing up our churching style. So how did we do our calendar last year? Paul Maddox just joined the meeting at this time. Good afternoon, Paul. As you always know, if you are not the pastor of Bios Baptist Church, you do not have a mic, so therefore only the pastor's voice will be heard. I hate one. So, yeah, so what's going to happen now? So, what we should do, we should start approaching this by calendar categories. Yeah, we should do calendar categories. So what I'm thinking of is maybe do a few little things, and I'd like to take some notes here in the YouTube chat. So we're using Blizz, so you won't see anybody else's chat but mine notes. So what are some categories? Maybe we can think of types of things that can happen. Last year we color coded our calendar. So we said purple would be events that we don't celebrate. Black is events that would happen but we don't recognize. As we know, that's going to happen this year will be we are a worldwide church. So we have to craft our calendar completely from scratch. We cannot use anybody else's ideas. We cannot use anybody else's holidays. We cannot do that because we are a worldwide church. So we have our own track. We cannot use anybody else's things because we're worldwide. So what I'm gonna do is maybe yeah, probably have worldwide make a we need a worldwide holidays. So it has to be worldwide. It cannot be specific to one. There's a lot of them we could do. Yeah. Uh-oh, here's one. So let's take a look at this. So yeah. And we're gonna be here for a while because we're gonna work on getting our Christian holidays in. And let's take a look at this. I have an advanced menu pulled up on the screen of every religious holiday in 2019. I'm picking out all the Christmas ones. Yeah, there's a lot of them here. And this year we don't have to separate. This week we don't have to separate. Yeah, we don't have to separate the whole entire. What's the name? We don't have to separate everything. We don't have to separate. Yeah, this year we do not have to. Oh, good morning, whoever just walked into the room. Yeah, this year we do not have to separate Ascension Day and I forgot. And the sixth Sunday. It's on a Sunday. So you don't have separate services. Unless we can just do it in the evening, because we could just or we could cancel the morning service and let it replace the morning service. We could do that. So we could cancel the morning service and let it replace that. This way we don't have to have a morning service and then an evening service. And then that complicates things. So, yeah, we're trying to design our church calendar. So it's supposed to be private so that people won't come in and think that this is a church, this is a classroom. How do we change it to private? Oh, let me. Oh, yeah, because people gonna come in here and they're gonna want to know what's going on. It's a private meeting. So they're coming, yeah. So we have all that, those religious holidays. Now, the quote says that Bios Baptist Church is an extreme independent church. So, therefore, if you're going to do things according to Bios Baptist Church, we have to draft our own everything. So, this, last week we were kind of attaching to traditions in certain countries and say a little bit from here, a little bit from there. This year is everything has to be voted on internally. We're not pulling from people's calendars this year. We are making our own calendar because we are the next year is going to be a worldwide church. So we're making our own calendar. It's going to be our own calendar. Go ahead and make weekends, Sundays, and Mondays for all I care. Be our own calendar. That's actually a good idea. So we started out with Monday and then we end on Sunday. But I think that's kind of far fetched. But we all of our electronic calendars are like that. Well, no, not all of them. Yeah, most of them are. Most of our electronic calendars start like that. The first day of the week is Monday, and then the last day is Sunday. So that means the end of the, but then here's a problem though. The end of the week checklist would be due Sunday instead of being due on Monday, on Saturday. But then that makes sense because instead of having no work at all and then starting so heavy on Sundays, you kind of have work start heavy and then slide down and no work any at all. So you have a little break there. Because Fridays are a little less busy. Well, Fridays are a little busier than Thursdays. So if BIOS was to put Sunday as the last day of the week, but that wouldn't make sense though. How do we do that though? That would just change the paper format. That would make so much more sense. Because, see, on the BIOS Baptist Church calendar, no, but then see, there's no change. I don't see how that works. But throw people off more than we already throw them off by changing up systems and all that. Nobody does that by collecting. Sunday, the church is closed. We still collect everything on Saturdays. Saturday's still the end of the week. All we really do now, we're just going to have it written down on paper that, well, Sunday is the last day now. So now all we really do is put the end of the week checklist is due on Sundays, or everything is due and has to be finished on Sundays. So all we really do is take a day off the beginning and put it back on at the end. So all that really happens. It doesn't really do much. And then here's the thing, if there's a problem, all the busyness gets piled on before church and all the stress before church instead of after it. Because now, if there's a problem now, all the work gets done after service instead of before service. You see? So this way is the best way. Because remember, this is just the calendar way. This is not going to change how things order up. But this will change but this is just going to change when things are due. Because this is about our checklist is getting turned in. This just changes our checklist. So, no, don't do that. Furlough days. We usually do that if we need to save money, like then we'll furlough the church. We have that in the tutoring department. So we have furlough days that wait, no. How our furlong days get you work is they work opposite of most furlong days. If something happened and there's a backup, then we use them. Wait a minute, no. What happened is, yeah, it works different. We put a furlong day, meaning that there is a tutoring session, and if everything goes according to plan, on a day where there's no tutoring session, if everything goes according to plan, we just leave that day alone. But if there's a problem, we'll add an extra session. So that's how that furlong day works. That session will come up out of nowhere. Usually, you don't put it anywhere though. It's just there. So usually I have a furlong day basket. Now, this is not a real basket that I have. It's not a real basket. What happens is it's an electronic basket. Yes. So this furlong day basket, what happened is I can virtually add a tutoring session within 3 days of you missing one. So yeah. So if you want to do that, open the church on extra days shortly after a closure to make up lost time. We kind of already do that. I think we open so late after Jericho's or Sheridan's. So it got to be named after somebody. And why the woman lockdown always have the worst lockdown? We should probably switch the name. Jericho is the man lockdown. So you know when we call the when we call the soldier, oh that's the one that's the bad one. When we call the woman, oh this is the girl in lockdown. This is just gonna go. This is gonna pass. But when we call the soldier, this is not going anywhere. But it's kind of the opposite. Sheridan's lockdown stays. That's that complete like we were on Sheridan's the other day. So yeah, you don't want Sheridan's lockdown. But Jericho is level one lockdown, media lockdown. Sheridan's is complete lockdown. That's when we put all videos on private, everything. We need to get rid of our private videos so this way we can have our full channel to and our sway to do that. We don't like putting videos on private because once we go down, it's hard to get up. So therefore, we don't want to use Jericho's lockdown as a straight to tool. You have to go through court. You have to go through everything to prove that there really is a problem. And even so, you cannot lock down the whole page. You can probably do that region, but you can't do the whole thing. You can lock down the comments, but you can't do the videos. It's hard. It's gonna get worse next year because I think the quote get rid of Jericho's. So let's talk about dates. So far we've came up with the category of religious event. So let's just say religious event is gonna be the color blue. Remove, remove. So religious event is blue. I want it blue because yeah. Now there are two kinds of religious events. If it's a religious event that does not call for service, it's gonna be blue. If it's a religious event that calls for service, it's gonna be gold. It calls for service. So let's make that gold. Now, this year we're not putting any Paul A. Maddox. Last year I spotted a few obstructions on my calendar. Yeah, I did. I sure did, Paul. So you see this? I saw a few national holidays on there. And I'm going to give you a few examples. If you are watching this recording, please do not be upset when I denounce that we're not able to do this year because this is a worldwide church. So not everybody have same holidays. So therefore, we have to only do worldwide holidays. And we are sticking to that policy with our teeth. So look at this. I did see Groundhog Day. I did see spring equal. Well, we're allowed to do spring equinox. Daylight savings. I did see Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, Patriot Day, Native American Day. We're allowed to have, I'm going to put back grandparents, step family, mothers and fathers day, but they were in the wrong place. And Parents Day in the wrong place. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Veterans Day. Again, this is a worldwide church, so therefore we cannot do it this year. I'd like to, but again, can't do it this year. We cannot do it this year. Not this year. Maybe when we start getting multiple locations and each location have their website, But as of right now, as long as we're in one and only one church, we're gonna have to just do worldwide. Maybe when we get a whole bunch of different churches, Bios Baptist Church at Nazareth, Bios Baptist Church at this, Bios Baptist Church at Darfur, Bios Baptist Church at Bristol, Bios Baptist Church at London, all those places. Then we can start doing that different holidays that are not a part of the Christian calendar. As of now, it has to be a worldwide church because we only have one church. I don't mind opening a second church that's completely cyber, but hey, I refuse to pastor two churches. So maybe if I get a second pastor, I'll open a second church and give that one to him. So, can you imagine two churches all doing the same thing, honoring God? I think I'll keep this one though. So, the blue represents a religious event. The gold represents a religious event that calls for service. Now, now, there'll be a lot of special events this year. Special events. If it's on the calendar, it is special. So we put we put administrators' birthdays on the calendar. Oh, how about this? If it's red, it is a general event that does not call for service. General event. So that could be for church events. Oh, yeah, but see, look at this. See the image. General events that call for service. Okay, purple. Purple can be general events that don't call for service, and red can be general events that call for service. And red is general events. Yeah, red is gonna be general events. So that red will be birthdays, um, non-official holidays, um, and then purple will be church anniversary, grandparents' day, Mother's Day, anything that is not a religious event, well, that but it calls to have its own service. And we are going to do all of our service when we see fit. We're gonna do everything when we see fit. Reminders? Paul says reminders. Oh yeah, he see you record Christmas movies. Well, youth department ornament decoration. That sounds like a general event that does not call for service. It's something that just happens. We're gonna have a lot more general events around here because we want this. We want the church to be fun. So therefore, we might have story time for children, and gonna have a lot of things. We might get an interactive calendar. We might be building a more interactive calendar, which will be linked into our interactive OCS. What a lot going on outside. So a lot of things going on outside right now. A whole lot. A lot of things going on outside. Uh, so better step away from this here before my shirt burns. Green. Green is for education. Green will be for education events. Emoji. Anything that has to do with education, such as board exams and staff training and school starting and anything like that. Uh-uh. The employee count and all those things, those are just general. No, I better just separate education from staff. Education. Anything, yeah. Education, that's important. And black is reminders. That's for reminders. So, yeah. So, blue is religious events. Gold is for religious events that need service. Purple is for general events that need service. Red is for general events that does not need service. Green is for educational events. And black is for your reminders. Special events, you know what? We'll just put all special events under a different shade of blue. So religious events will be dark blue, special events will be baby blue. And those will be all the categories. Okay, so those are all the categories for the 2019 calendar. Any questions, comments, concerns, or anything? So today's the 14th. We are almost halfway through it, December. It's best that we start getting started on the OCS online church, OLC, I mean. That's my suggestion, that we get started on the OCS or the online church because it's due in a month to open. This calendar, the paper version, is due by New Year's Day, but we want an advanced version by February. That should be a reasonable deadline. February 1st, because the reason why I'm pushing it back so far is because I am in full compliance as far as understanding that we are currently working on the online church until that point in time. Now, the online church is not as tedious as it looks, but we still need to have a few compliance regulations. And I'm also in compliance in understanding that the NAQUO Act is also being put through and also being formally fitted and regulated. And the official bill hasn't even been put into progress as far as being written yet. So that's why I'm giving the calendar time to be made. Neither has the official prototype of the calendar, which the prototype was due today. It was due today, has been put together yet. The prototype has just now been starting to produce. So I would like to allow an extension of 5 days. This will give you until the 19th day of December 2018 to put together and create the prototype of the 2019 Bios Cosmos Church calendar. That is the new name of our church. Yes, Bios Cosmos Church. So Bios Cosmos Church will be displayed at the top. So, yes, we will proceed under the name Bios Cosmos Church. All only religious holidays. And we will do everything according to religion. Everything will be done according to our religion, and in your everything will be done according to religion and worldwide. We will not abide by any culture in the world, but we will separate and create our own according to the rules and the regulations of the quo created by the Bible. So therefore, we will proceed under Bios Cosmos Church. And this is the first step. This is an interfaith church. If you or anybody does not agree with anything that Bios Baptist Church, including myself, is doing at the or soon to become Bios Cosmos Church, please feel free to do separately in the comfort of your own home, because any rules or regulations in Bios Cosmos Church does not have an effect outside of these four walls. Does not. But as long as you are inside these four walls, you will be blessed and protected by your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And if you choose not to follow him, he still loves you. He still died for you on that cross 2,000 years ago. So it's up to you. What are you going to do? It doesn't matter what you do. When you are ready to take his hand, at the end of the day, he still died for you. Whether you accept him or not, he still died for you. But outside this church, you believe whatever you want to believe. The meeting has adjourned. Have a good day and may God bless you.